Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Woodpeckers Deep Dive. My name is Jeff Farris. Welcome to the Woodpeckers Model Shop. Today, we're going to take a closer look at our new SF Pro router table fence. I'm going to take one out of the box and show you everything you need to know about assembly and alignment. Now, the one I'm working on today is an SF Pro conversion, where we're going to take parts off this older super fence and use those on the SF Pro. But I'll tell you, the process is exactly the same, whether you're doing a conversion or taking a complete SF Pro out of the box. It's exactly the same process, and we'll go through it all. When I finish that, I want to show you this little piece. This is our new adapter so that you can use your existing Micro Adjust on your new SF Pro. And I'll show you how this comes off of your super fence and goes onto your SF Pro. It's a bunch to cover. Let's get started. So here we have a super fence that we've been using in one of our photo studios for several years. Like any super fence owner, it's hard for me to scrap the whole thing and get a new SF Pro when I know there are several common parts between them. That's where this upgrade kit comes in. I'm going to take the bit guard, featherboard tracks, sacrificial fence faces, and super track fences off the old super fence, and we'll use those on the new SF Pro. Now, compared to the old super fence, a lot more of the assembly has been done for you at the factory. Here's what's left. The owner's manual says to put the dust port on first, but here's a tip. Skip that for a moment and put the fence face knobs on first. You'll have a little more room to work. The new design fits a lot of adjustments into a pretty tight space, so we've used these ratcheting knobs in several places. If you just pull out on the handle, you can reposition it to give you a longer throw to tighten or loosen. The fence face knobs are a fairly tight fit, so instead of ratcheting them like you will when you're normally making an adjustment, pull out on the handle and spin the center with a T15 Torx wrench. There are 4 of these to do. Now put the dust port on. The Micro Adjust modules are shipped with socket head screws holding them in place. Remove them and replace with the knobs from the hardware kit. Now thread the large fence knobs into the sliding nuts. And you're ready to take the super fence base off the router table and put your new SF Pro base on. Now slide the super track fences on the base, and assembly is pretty much done, and we're ready to move on to alignment. Bring the fence to near center of the bit area and tighten the knobs. As you're facing the fence, the half on the right is the infeed side, the half on the left is the outfeed side. Now, there are exceptions to that, but that's a deeper dive in a bigger lake. For today, when we talk about the infeed side, it'll be the right side. Talking about outfeed, it'll be the left. Typically, the infeed fence will be fully retracted and the hairline on the scale will be at 0. If it's not fully retracted, loosen the locking knob and back up the fence all the way and check the hairline. Set it to 0. Now feed the fence forward by 1/32 of an inch and reset the cursor to 0. The idea here is we want just a little wiggle room to tweak the fence just below our marked 0 point. Now next, what we need to do is align the outfeed fence to the infeed fence. The infeed module is basically fixed in position on the base, but the outfeed fence has got some adjustment, both laterally and fore and aft. So what we'll do is we'll take a straight edge, put it on the infeed fence, and align the outfeed fence to that. Loosen the socket head cap screws that hold the outfeed module to the base. Feed the micro adjuster about 1/32 of an inch forward, just like you did on the infeed fence. Hold a straight edge against the infeed fence and adjust the outfeed fence to match the straight edge. Lock it all down and set your hairline to 0. The last step is to check that the fence is square to the lift or plate. Now, this rarely needs adjusting, but if it does, just barely loosen the bolts that hold the module to the base and use these 2 pairs of set screws to adjust the angle. Independent micro adjustment of the infeed and outfeed fence is fantastic when you're doing cuts where you're cutting the full height of the material and it's actually narrower when it gets to the outfeed side. But sometimes you need to move the complete fence forward or back. Now you can do this by pivoting the fence, but years ago we introduced an accessory that gives you micrometer adjustment over the entire fence. And this little adapter will allow you to use your original Woodpeckers Micro Adjust on your new SF Pro. Secure the adapter to the base of your SF Pro with 4 number 10 24 TPI button head cap screws. Don't tighten them completely just yet. Slide the Micro Adjust onto the studs in the adapter and thread on 2 1/4-20 nylock nuts. Make sure the knobs to the SF Pro and the Micro Adjust are all loose. Tighten the nylock nuts on the adapter, and finally tighten the 4 10-24 button heads, holding the adapter to the SF Pro. Now your Micro Adjust is ready to work just like it did when it was on your super fence. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching today. We hope you enjoyed this closer look at our new SF Pro router table fence. If you did enjoy the show today, be sure and give us a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. That way you'll know about every one of our videos right when they come out. And if you're interested in Woodpeckers tools, when you visit our website, be sure and sign up for our email list. That way you'll know about every new tool the day it comes out. Now, if you want to find out more about the SF Pro router table fence, there's a link down in the description. It'll take you straight to the page on our website. Again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Woodpeckers Deep Dive.